Dell does not know I'm making this video. This device was not sent to me. I bought it myself because it's been a while since I've covered Dell devices, and since they sponsored some other things, I thought it's only reasonable if I actually check out some of their devices to get to know them as well. This is the XPS 16, and what we're going to be doing is checking out what's inside the box, how the thermals are going to be formed, and what are the specs of the best creator laptop that Dell offers right after this. This video has been brought to you by Asus ProAd PZ13, the ultra portable AI laptop for creators with military grade durability, professional OLED display. Oh, and did I mention that the keyboard and the screen also detach for ultimate portability and much more. Go check out our whole playlist and the full overview in the video description below. Thanks Asus ProAd for sponsoring this part of the video. Okay, box within a box. I like that.
A donut hole in a donut's hole.
So Dell's gone the very environmentally friendly packaging. No fancy logos, prints, no nothing. Okay. So here's the other device. This tiny little guy, I suppose, is the little USB-C dock where you get extra USB type A and a HDMI port, just in case you want to expand. So a little dongle, some literature. And then we have the power brick, and this is 130 watts. That is a lot smaller than the Inspiron. It's probably 30% smaller and 130 watts. USB type C. Yes, USB type C. Oh, okay. So we've got a bit more sharper edges. It's very, very minimal from the bottom. Not as much intake cooling. We have just like some grills on the sides for intake, and exhaust is in this part. On the top, very, very nice and minimal silver with a Dell logo in a chrome kind of setting there. It's very nice. The way it just reflects in the light is absolutely gorgeous. And opening this up, okay. This little film here shows a power button and a fingerprint reader, as well as a touch buttons, I think, on the top edge there, which I'm not sure. You know how Apple got rid of their touch bar there? Dell kind of has this here. We've got a big trackpad, but as you can see, oh, that's mint. This is a really nice matte gray. So somewhere over here is the trackpad, but it's all just unified, which is very, very nice, minimal design. I can see why this is gonna look nice. We can see a Copilot Plus button on there. This little slab is the power button and the fingerprint reader. Intel Evo Edition. I like how they kept it minimal, even though there is NVIDIA RTX inside. They didn't have a sticker here, but Intel was like, no chance, we're gonna give you the sticker. Although, the sticker placement, can we talk about that? Why isn't that like exactly in the corner, for example, but there's like this space in there? I don't know. So before we turn it on, let's check out the I/O. In the back, absolutely nothing, just silver. The build quality now suddenly feels like it's changed compared to Inspiron. It is now metallic, feels like metal and heavier and more robust build quality. So on the left side, we have two USB Type-C ports, and on the right side we have another USB Type-C and a micro SD card slot and a headphone combo jack. So there's no USB Type-A. Port selection, very Apple-like. We're just gonna give you USB Type-C, but Apple does give us a full-size SD card reader. This is one of the things that you straight away notice, that the XPS line has a very high build quality compared to the Inspiron. This screen flex is a lot better. It's much heavier, like opening a Merc door, not a Vauxhall door. Very nice. I press the power button. I don't know what happens. Let's hold it down. Okay. Ooh, XPS. Ooh, the speakers are a little bit better. First thing you want to do is go Shift and where's F10?
To set up your device using a screen reader, turn on narrator by pressing Windows plus Control.
So if we press function, can you see how these change there? Function, Shift, F10, bypass NRO. Let's take this thing off the internet. Oh, this feels so minimalistic. I'm loving the design. So we can get our dongle working straight away. Plug it into the USB-C port and I can feel that it's a haptic trackpad and it is gorgeous. Okay, I've set the PC up. I haven't done all the updates, but so far I'm quite liking the experience. You'll be very surprised how nice the trackpad is. The haptic trackpad is very, very smooth. The screen is actually a 4K OLED panel, 16:10 aspect ratio, so a little bit more vertical space. It's also touch input, which means that if you want to do something like this, you can just tap around on the screen, which actually I'm liking a lot, especially if you're filling a lot of forms and things online. Tapping around with your finger is very, very fast. So looking at this Core Ultra then, which is a 185H, we're pulling about 99 watts. Interestingly, the Inspiron 16 had the Core Ultra 7 155H and it was pulling more power than this guy here. This though isn't thermally throttling and we're pushing 100 watts and we're pushing more. So it's not that we're pushing loads at first, but then little later. Oh, we started the 10-minute option. So what was our score here then? Well, only 16,000 points? Surely not. I bet there's loads of updates happening in the background. Let's try that again. Interestingly, here on the second run of Cinebench R23, we're a lot lower. Almost half the wattage that we're pulling from the socket. 55 watts now altogether, whereas we were at 110 before. Temperatures are all right though, 77 degrees, but not great clock speeds. 12,000 points? That is not so impressive. So let it cool down for a bit. I'll let it turn its PL1 limits down, and I really want to do that again because that is not particularly impressive. I wish the escape button was a physical button. That is not a nice feeling there. So what are the specs of this laptop then? We've got an Intel Core Ultra 9 185H, which is a 16 core, 22 thread CPU. The same as the Core Ultra 7 155H, except a little bit higher clock speeds. We have 32 gigs of RAM. This is soldered on and it's very, very fast. It's 7,500 megahertz almost. I have 32 gigabytes here, but you can also upgrade to 64, which I highly recommend you to do so. But because I plan to just review this, I didn't want to spend extra $400 for 32 gigabytes of RAM, as I can see in there, which is not ideal really. And the interesting thing is on the Dell XPS actual homepage, I can see that the RAM that they're offering is faster with RTX 4070 than with RTX 4060. If you go with RTX 4060, it's about 1000 megahertz slower, but 4070 for some reason has faster RAM as well. We've got 1 terabyte NVMe, looks like it's a Samsung 990 Pro type of thing. We've got Wi-Fi 7, integrated Intel GPU, which is very good for the video editors. We've got an NPU, which comes also from the Intel CPU. And then finally, RTX 4070 laptop GPU with 8 gigabytes of dedicated video memory. Let me try this again and let's take a look at the wattage now. Okay, we're pushing 103 watts total system power. That's the row here that I'm looking at. Now on the 100 watts, it's actually able to complete a full, like one whole run of Cinebench R23 at around 100 watts. It is 100C now, and as you can see, 18,000 points, so 6,000 points extra. That's 50% faster score, which is quite well linear. Previously we were pulling 50 to 55 watts, and now 100 watts, we're getting 50% more power. That's really, really nice. So this is the webcam of the XPS 16, and this is what the microphone sounds like. Please do let me know what you think of the sound and build quality. Wow. So what I'm hearing right now is there's a bit of distorting, a bit of rattling around. And I'm only at 40%. If I turn it down, it's good, but it still feels like it's clipping. Or certain frequencies seem like clipping or rattling around. Wow, but they go really loud. Now, this is not quite 120 Hz display, but it's a 90 Hz OLED and it is 10-bit, which means that if you're a creator, you're gonna love the display quality, and I highly recommend upgrading to the OLED option. Oh look, someone's uploaded a video. The 90 hertz, really having extra hertz from 60 to 90 feels very, very nice. A lot more smoother, everything feels snappier. So I'm just looking at this here. Wow. This is gorgeous. Oh wow, the detail. That's unbelievable. Honestly, the display sharpness, colors, beautiful. There is one more thing to do, which is take a look what's inside. So now we have torque screws. The interesting thing is I don't have the right bits to actually look inside. This iFixit kit doesn't have the right Torx head to actually get in there. Very disappointing. Well, that means that we're gonna have to look inside in another video. But so far, I am actually quite impressed what this laptop actually feels like, and the power and the performance. There's RTX 4070 inside. Intel Core Ultra 185H is a perfect competitor to the ProArt P16 from Asus this year. So they're roughly around the same price. Which one is better? That's really Intel versus AMD comparison, because both of them have laptop RTX 4070s. We're gonna have to check that out in another video. So that's what's coming up. There's a lot more content coming about this one. I want to do some actual benchmarks from them and then show you how good this is battery versus plugged in. Is it going to be massively reduced performance when it's going to be plugged in? How much? Is it worth it? All of that type of thing. If you want to see anything particular, let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed or liked the video yet, I highly recommend you do so. And I say thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.